to you. All right. So, anyway, I was the lead singer, guitar player for a band called Britny Fox, who was around in the late 80s, known as a glam rock band or a hair metal band. And we made a record called Bitedownhard. I'm going to share with you in this video the recording of that album. Fast forward, I'm in Britny Fox. I joined, passed the audition, went to LA to record Bitedownhard, and we did it at one-on-one recording, which is called, I think, 17 Hertz or Hertz 17 now. Anyway, one-on-one was the big studio. Metallica recorded the Black Album there, and I think Injustice for All. Alice in Chains did Dirt there, Body Count, Love Hate, Blackout in the Red Room. A bunch of bands had used it. It's like a really big drum room. So we move in there, and we go in there, and Johnny had, I think it was called Drum Doctor. I'm not sure. It's a company that brings in the drum kit and sets it up and changes heads and helps the guy tweak it. So they came in, they got drum shit set up, and in the room was really big. It's probably, 50 feet around and, 15-foot tall ceilings, 25. I have no idea. It was really, really big. It was really cool. So he gets set up. He's all set up. And they did all the standard close miking and all the individual drums. And then they did a pair of overheads right above the kit like you usually see. And then they did a couple of overheads a little further out in the room. Not too far, maybe 15 feet out. And then they had two mics way far out, like almost at the end of it, way at the back. So it was like by the time those mics picked up the drums, it would be all this room sound in it. It was pretty cool. So then they could adjust later how much of that they want in there anyway, whatever. And then they brought out these huge, like 30-inch speakers that were in these big boxes. And they brought them out and they put them about maybe 7 feet on either side of the drum kit. And they fed the kick drum through those and pumped that out into the room. So the bass drum's flying out these big speakers, rolling around the room. So those overheads were picking up all this cool kick drum sound. And so we got going, and I think we'd picked all the songs. I think we had 10 days set aside to do the basic tracks at one-on-one. They were going to move to Devonshire, this other studio. And the guys that produced it were John Purdell, Duane, and they were producing Ozzy's No More Tears when we got there. We met them at Devonshire and talked to them for a minute. We did some pre-production with them a couple of days, and then we went to one-on-one. So we're at one-on-one, recording the basic tracks, and I think we had picked all the songs at that point, except for maybe one or two might have been still floating a little bit. And I remember two of them were, one was called Feel It. And it was a cool, like, cult type song and pretty cool, pretty cool tune. And we were talking about it, and a lot of people thought we should put it on. Brian, the manager, even said, "You guys are nuts to not put that on. That should just be on there. You guys are crazy." And, we didn't put it on. And I could have enjoyed it on there. Actually, it would have been cool. But then had we put it on, I'd be sitting here now saying, I don't know if that song should have gone on or whatever. And that was that. So anyway, that's what we could do at that time. That's what we were able to do. We wrote it for a long time, and we worked hard on it in the studio, trying to make it sound like we wanted. And so that's the results. And, a lot of people like it, so can't argue with that. But when we got done at one-on-one, then we moved over to Devonshire, where we continue with the overdubs and stuff. I'll get into all that another time if anybody gives a shit about the story of recording Bitedownhard, but whatever. Anyway, it was an odyssey. We did more albums, did a lot of touring. It's so hard to sum it all up into a little bite, but in the meantime, I hope you're doing well. Hope it's great wherever you're at. If it's not great, make it great. Also, check out my 2 albums that are available on CD. Links are in the description here. I hope you're doing great. You guys take care. All right? Talk at you. Pardon the cough drop. Pardon the cough drop. They're fucking annoying.